Well, do you remember this song? This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Halloween, Halloween. I never got into that movie, though.
Me either. I didn't really like it. You know, I don't like claymation or stop motion.
Have I ever liked claymation or stop motion? There's one where now it's on TV for kids and there's a farmer and he has sheep.
A dog.
There's a dog and there's sheep, but it's about the sheep.
You know a claymation I loved?
No.
Pee-wee's Playhouse. Every time that there was claymation on that.
Pee-wee's Playhouse is a good show.
Yeah. Paul Rubens.
Mm-hmm.
We love you.
Remember when they made that movie on Netflix recently?
Incredible.
And they CGI'd him to look younger? Every frame.
Incredible.
Every frame.
You got a haircut.
I got a haircut.
Do you not love your haircut?
It's fine. It was one of those haircuts where I sat down, usual place, usual cutter, and he was like,
Usual cutter.
Yep, usual cutter. And he said, what do you want today? And I was like, same, like just shorter at the sides and whatever. And he seemed confused, which made me be like, how could you be confused? I think he had an agenda, which was to get my hair shorter than it usually is.
Because he didn't want to see you for a longer amount of time.
Well, maybe. But usually, like, I'm so calm with him that I sleep through my haircuts. I just wake up and my hair's cut.
Startled out of my periphery vision because you will be like...
My head falls up. But when I'm sleeping during haircuts, I think because there's a constant pressure of something like this, that doesn't happen.
Did you fall asleep in this haircut?
No, because I very quickly was like, oh, he's going for it. Like, I could feel a lot of hair come off, and then I was like, okay. And then he wouldn't stop cutting hair. So by sort of the end, like, he would because sometimes he changes scissors to like thinning shears, which I'd never have trusted because I have such thin hair.
You should never have thinning. I'm someone who thinning shears.
But I think he really likes to make it really like, ooh, everything fades. But like, I started to like jerk away from the scissors.
No, don't.
Well, at a certain point, he was
Stop.
like, he could tell that something was up because I was like sweating. And I literally just went, no shorter.
Good.
It's a fine haircut and hair grows. My hair just keeps growing and growing.
The juice that I've been making each morning that I really love is a thing of celery, a handful of parsley, a handful of dandelion, a chunk of turmeric root.
Which is the most bitter.
A chunk of ginger, like a big chunk of ginger, and a pear or an apple.
Okay.
And it's really just like...
spicy apple juice.
It's really clarifying.
I bet.
Yeah.
It'll burn your hole.
Burns going in, it's gonna burn going out.
That's true.
And then I have a cup of black coffee, and that's breakfast. Yeah.
It's the Beverly Hills diet for a new age.
Yeah, it's kind of like goth Beverly Hills.
My mom used to do the Beverly Hills diet from time to time. It's fruit. It's a fruit diet.
Oh, I love fruit.
Monday is cantaloupe.
Oh, and that's all you have that day?
Yes. I think you are allowed to eat dinner, actually.
Cantaloupe would be a hard day for me, because I don't...
It's not great, unless it's really good.
Oh, you know what sounds kind of good, though, in this very moment? And when you said Upper West Side and I projected myself into an earlier point of New York City, was cantaloupe stuffed with little cottage cheese.
Yeah. Cali cuisine.
It's
part
like,
of the diner menu.
I love the idea of having like a little cantaloupe stuffed with cottage cheese, the cup of coffee, and a cigarette.
What were we talking about?
Halloween. Do you love Halloween?
I've always loved Halloween. I love it less and less. I love everything less and less, but I've made a career of Halloween.
You have.
Oh, wait, before we get into Halloween.
Oh,
last night, I had done a thing at Trader Joe's recently where I was like doing adult body health, whatever.
What does that mean, adult body
like
health?
Trying not to eat pasta and sweets all the time.
That's how I live.
You don't have an attachment to those things.
I have a zero attachment to food. If I didn't have to eat, I'd be like, oh, thank God.
If I see a
boring.
cookie, even if I know it's not a good cookie, I need to have it in my mouth. You didn't eat one cookie at Kim Joy's event.
We went to Kim Joy's event. There were many a cookie, and I didn't have one.
I ate at least 12.
A conveyor belt. It was literally like you were like...
Well, people, this is crazy. People,
it was, and I watched you dunk it in something.
There was all these
like,
stations where you took a cookie, a Madeleine, and you painted a face on it with chocolate. Or you took a gingerbread cookie with white icing and you painted a picture on it. I was like,
this was happening at Archestratus, done by Paige Lapari, who put all those Madeleines and cookies together. Right. Paige
So
Wow.
I would just, people were
Incredible.
wearing like
It's Guinness
kitchen,
Book of World
like
Records.
gloves, etc.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, no, I just reach over them, grab a Madeleine with my hands, dip it in the
I-
chocolate vat and stick it in my mouth.
I watched it.
I'm eating that.
I watched it. It was truly incredible.
hungry.
I was like,
Okay, so let's go back.
adult body Trader Joe.
Okay, wow, thank you. The other day, saw in the pasta section, they had black bean pasta rotini. And I thought, oh, that could be fun. Like, it looks like a squid ink pasta. I'll try it. I made a really delicious pesto from kale, almonds, grana padano cheese, olive oil, garlic. And I made this beautiful pesto, tasted delicious. And I thought, oh, the pasta was cooking. Sort of seemed cooked. And I tasted one and I was like, no. I tasted another and said, absolutely not. Black bean water, but also in like gelatin form. Like that was horrific. Put it in the colander and then I dumped the dried noodles into a plastic baggie and put it in the trash.
So what did you eat last night?
So then I had half a pound of just spaghetti or linguine and I boiled that and I had that with the pesto. It was delicious.
Yeah.
We're back to our old habits.
That.
So now we're going back to Halloween.
We used to do these tremendous Halloween costume designs. One Halloween where I went as a slutty Jack Frost and you went as a pregnant male seahorse.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if we'll be able to dig out a photo of it
We
somewhere.
will. I have it. Definitely on Facebook. Yeah,
It's
I
on
used to.
Facebook anymore.
I am. Sorry. But it's convenient.
For what?
My aunts like to be on it. So I loved Halloween as a kid, and then in my adult years, when I was in ballet companies, I was like militantly enthusiastic about everyone being involved. And I would like make people's costumes, come over, have parties of like costume making. And as the years went on and my costumes became more elaborate, I was having less and less fun. But I was able to use all those costumes as my FIT application portfolio.
Incredible.
Accepted.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's just one costume every year.
I think you doing the pregnant male seahorse was really fun for you.
That was before FIT.
And then after FIT, is that when it all just shifted to Wednesday Addams
Yes,
every year?
Every year. My mom was a witch every year, and she'd wear a comme de garçon dress and get one of those wire witch hats. My very first memory of a Halloween costume was preschool.
Were you a pumpkin?
I was literally My Little Pony.
And then to think years later, you would once again be My Little Pony.
Do you remember the boxes that you could buy that were a Halloween costume kit that had a strange plastic mask with a little tiny elastic
I loved it.
cord and then an apron, like a vinyl apron with
Yeah.
like that just said My Little Pony or whatever.
Right,
you were
right.
more of like a poster board for what it was.
Yeah. Very Brecht.
So I was that. I had the from the box with this weird snout mask and I had this beautiful hair.
I remember loving those costumes. It really makes me want, it's so Brechtian. It's true. This thing of like, I'm Snow White. Because it
Yeah.
says Snow White. And then you wear this mask on it. That's
What
fun,
is
yeah.
your first memory of a Halloween costume?
I think it was a pumpkin.
How?
Oh, my mother had someone make a pumpkin, like, you know, and I was like
Wow.
stuck in it.
That's fancy.
Like in this like sort of plush sort of toy pumpkin.
That your
look,
mother
whatever.
had something made. That's
my,
luxury.
My mother once had these matching blouses made for us that had a mesh section right over the decollage. Decolletage. I want to say decoupage, so that everyone could see our cleavage. I was 10.
Elegance.
Thanks,
and
Mom.
abuse.
Elegance
And abuse.
abuse.
Oui.
You know what? I loved when you went as Maleficent and I went as the Evil Queen. That
was not
really,
Halloween, but yes, that was good.
What were we doing?
Russell Jansen's drag party.
Oh, it was just a drag party.
We were literally going to a drag party dressed as
Evil Queens.
Disney witches.
Well, we were Evil Queens. I think my favorite costume then is when I went as the Empress with No Name from the Never-Ending Story, played by Tammy Stronach. Obsessed with her as a child. I really wanted to be her, and I would sit in front of the TV wearing one of my mother's white slips, probably, and taking a necklace and putting it over my head so that I had a little pearl on my forehead, and I thought they could see me, and that maybe, Bastian or Atreya would come through the TV and make out with me.
Wow. Did I ever tell you the story about how when I was really little, our mom would go to adult Halloween parties dressed as a huge golden vagina, and she would have to hide the costume under the bed so we wouldn't see it.
You did.
And she inserted tiny afro wig hairs into it to be pubic hair.
That's so good.
Really good.
I love that.
We're on a TV show, which is this show.
It is this show.
And if I could have a wish for production for TV Magic, it would be that we get to show our viewers Halloween costumes on our bodies.
Just to translate what you said, you wish that we could be wearing costumes right now.
That's correct.
May your wish be granted. Wow. And look, your wish came true, Reed. Here we are, just in Halloween costumes, ready for Halloween.
This is Halloween.
This is Halloween. Halloween, Halloween. Remember that Halloween when you were 9. This other Halloween song is from an incredible musical called Applause, which originally starred Lauren Bacall. It's the musical version of All About Eve.
Ooh.
And you wore a fairy queen costume of your own design. Well, look at you now. The Eve character has a song called One Hallowe'en, and you put on rouge and lipstick, though it wasn't allowed. You were so proud. And Daddy said, wash your face, you look like a whore. Because it is E-E-apostrophe-E-N.
Why?
That's what he said. Je ne sais pas, it was the 70s. No more.
Halloween.
One Halloween. And so you ran upstairs.
Why
washed your
on earth
face.
do you know the whole thing?
Because I've done it for auditions.
Oh my.
Needless to say, I didn't get the parts.
Now, would you have to announce it at an audition? Do you have to walk in and
No,
say,
I would-
I'd like now to perform for you one Halloween?
No, you like do your script, and then they're like, and please have prepared 16 bars of music. And I'd give the music to the pianist, who'd be like, okay.
It'd be amazing if you walked in, I'd like to perform 16 bars from Einstein on the Beach, and you were like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you just sang up to 16, and you're like, thank you.
That would be, wow, that is really good.
Really good,
That's
thank
really
you.
good. The next time I need to do 16 bars of music, that's exactly what I'll do. I do remember the faces on the other side of the table every time I'd perform this song, which was always really fun.
What's that?
People would just look at me like this.
I thought Faces on the Other Side of the Table was a song.
Faces on the other side of the table. I came in to audition for the faces on the other side of the table.
What did they look like?
Oh, so there's this part, though, in the song, I have to get to it. Remember that Halloween when you were 9? And there's this pause, and then it goes, well, screw you, Daddy. Look at you, little girl. No! Isn't that amazing? And that's where I would end the song, and people would be like, thank you. Like, watch my headshot get flipped over. Thank you. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We hope you have a really great Halloween. And
You should go dressed as Jack Ferber at an audition in the mid-2000s, early 2000s.
go for
Because
it.
that is a good costume.
Yeah, certainly scary. We loves you.
We loves you.